bag that I sold, which I really loved, was my Bolide 27 in the color Blue Atoll. Love the color. Now, the reason I sold this is because, hey guys, welcome to my channel, I'm Jess. I wanted to talk about bags I've sold this year. Particularly, they've been Hermes bags. Last year, I actually had a Fendi Spy bag, which I let go, which was a really cute bag, and I noticed that that bag actually got reissued just recently on the Fendi runway. A bit of a different look. But if I still had that bag, I feel like I would be totally on trend. But yeah, I did let that one go. And I have noticed that there has been more of an interest in Fendi Spy recently as well. But there have been many other bags that I sold this year. And the reason I sold them was to fund buying a Kelly 25. A Kelly 25 is one of my ultimate dream bags, similar to a Birkin 25. I know it's a little bit typical for a lot of people who collect bags, like the Kelly 25 and the Birkin 25, and I suppose the Mini Kelly are seen to be like the holy grails. But I've always liked the look of particularly Birkin 25 and Kelly 25. I've loved them for years. And so I thought, you know, Jess, why not, you know, you've got a lot of bags. You've got like 30 bags here. Why don't you let some go and get that Kelly 25? So that's what I did. I ended up selling a few bags and buying secondhand this Kelly 25 from the Vesper. This is in Togo leather and it's in the color anemone. It's super cute. I love the color. I love the leather. The size is really gorgeous as well. But was it worth selling all the bags I did to fund this bag? Well, guys, I don't know, guys, to be honest, but I think it is, because the bags that I sold were all gorgeous. I actually really liked all the bags I had, but a lot of the reasons why I bought them was because they were really good deals at the time. They were kind of like there were aspects of them which I really loved, but they were like not the perfect bag in other ways. I kind of settled on them because of the price, mainly. That's pretty much it. They were kind of just like not my favorite bags. I bought them because they were great deals, and when I sold them, I didn't really end up losing any money on them. So it was actually not so bad to sell them at the end of the day. So one of my favorite bags that I sold was probably my So Kelly 26. I purchased this secondhand. The main reason why I was drawn to that bag was the color. It was in this beautiful ruby red Togo. I was on the lookout for a So Kelly for a while, and I ended up getting that one for a really good deal, and I particularly loved the color. Now, I would have preferred personally to get it in the size 22 size, because I think the proportion is a little bit nicer. The 26 was a very long kind of shape, and it was nice, but it was a very oversized bag, and it did feel a little bit heavy as well. In the future, I would definitely like to get another bag in this kind of color, whether it's Rouge Garance or Ruby, or if it was even Rouge H, like a dark red color. That is a color I would really love to get again in the future, but I was okay to let this one go because it wasn't, the size was not my favorite. I think if it was in a Kelly 32, I would have loved it, like a Retourné Kelly 32, but it's just that really long shape in the 26. It just wasn't my favorite. I did like it, but it wasn't my favorite, so I thought it was okay to let it go, and I did actually sell pretty fast. So I do think that kind of silhouette has come back in fashion. I have noticed that even brands like Balenciaga have done something pretty similar recently, so I think it was a good time to sell it too. It was just luck that it sold quite fast. Another bag that I sold was my Gypsy Air in Granny Green. Now, this was actually a big favorite on my channel. A lot of people loved that color in particular, and I will say the main reason I was drawn to this bag was the color. It was this beautiful, like, vibrant green. Now, most recently I have I was offered it was actually my birthday last year. I got offered this Vert Yucca Birkin 25, and I really love this bag. I think it's such a gorgeous shade of green. It's more of kind of like a neutral grassy green, whereas that granny green was more of a fluorescent green, and I actually find that this green is quite easy to match to outfits, whereas the fluoro green, it was a really fun color, but I found that it was a little bit more challenging to style. That's not the reason why I sold it. The main reason I sold it was literally because the Gypsy Air is like a bit of an annoying bag to use. I had taken it to Sydney, I had taken it to Japan, and every time I was traveling with it, because it's a very secure bag, I found it very annoying to open and close my bag, get my wallet out, my train pass, my phone. Like, it's a very annoying bag. It's actually kind of similar to the Her bag, which I also find very annoying. I have one in, again, a green color. This one I actually got from the store, but I do like this because it's a bit different. Something different in my collection. It's fabric and everything. But yeah, it's a bit of an annoying bag, I will say. Very frustrating to open and close. And I did get a few suggestions to wear it open, because I have seen people just like fold the flap inside and wear it open. But I found that, I don't know, I just don't like the look of that personally. So yeah, I decided to let it go after I actually held onto that bag for a while, and I was thinking to sell it for a while, but I don't know, I had a real soft spot for that bag because of the color, but I ended up letting it go in the end, and it did sell actually pretty fast as well. Another bag that I sold, which I really, really loved, was my Bolide 27 in the color Blue Atoll. Love, love, love the color. Now, the reason I sold this is because I already have another 2 Bolide bags, and that is my mini Bolide in the Rouge de Coeur color, and I also have a Bolide 25 in bubblegum. And it purely came down to, I prefer the red and the pink Bolide more than the Blue Atoll, but I do love the color Blue Atoll. It is so gorgeous. I actually prefer this proportion of Bolide compared to the Bolide with the circle. I think the Bolide with the circle is really nice, but it looks a little bit more like mature, I think. Something about it, whereas I feel like this shape is a bit cuter. So that's why I decided to be cutthroat. And if I wanted to get my Kelly 25, well, I have to delete a few bags. So even though I love that bag, I thought, I think I will survive with my other 2 Bolides, and I decided to let it go because it is a really gorgeous bag. I love decorating it with twillies and bag charms, but admittedly, I didn't wear it very much because I think the color was a little bit, it wasn't as easy to style as well. I tend to wear more reds and pinks than like blues, and particularly that shade of blue was a little bit more striking. So yeah, if I'm going to go for blues, I would prefer to go for like a neutral kind of mid blue, or maybe a navy blue, as opposed to this kind of blue. Gorgeous color though, honestly, so lovely. I even love the color Blue Celeste, but I wouldn't buy that color because it's a similar situation. I love the color, but I would find it very hard to style. It's just got to do with, I think, my wardrobe, and yeah, but it was such a beautiful bag. But yeah, I do sometimes miss it, I'm not going to lie, but yes, I am happy I got my Kelly 25 in the end, so I did sacrifice that bag as well. Another bag I sold was my Vesper in the Barenia leather with the horsehair. This one I got for under $1,000, so I listed it. I actually listed it on the Persefair for a little bit of a profit. I tried to profit from it because it was a pretty good deal, but then it didn't end up selling for over 6 weeks, and I decided to reduce the price a little bit, and then that day it sold. So I think a few people must have been stalking it until I reduced the price. So I ended up reducing the price and it sold. The reason I sold this bag was really it just wasn't my favorite bag. It's a really low-key style. I would have actually preferred if it was like a shoulder bag as opposed to a crossbody. I think I used to kind of like use this little buckle to pin it and make it more of a shoulder bag, like a hobo. But as a crossbody, I feel like it just didn't look as cute. I don't know, I liked it as a shoulder bag, but crossbody, it wasn't really my style. So I ended up letting it go, and I didn't really get much money back for it, but I do like the look of my shelves with a little less bags. I know that sounds a bit crazy, but honestly, sometimes if I feel like my shelves look a bit overcrowded, I decide to let bags go, and that kind of was just cramping up the shelf. So I decided to let it go, and yes, it is now out of my collection. Another bag that was a similar kind of silhouette was my Trim 35 in the Gris Tourterelle color. Love this bag. It was so practical. And I did actually wear this quite often. The reason I sold it was it probably looks-wise isn't my favorite bag, but practicality-wise, it's really awesome. I also sold it. It sold very fast. Like as soon as I listed it, it sold like within a few days. And I think it's due to the price I listed it for was quite reasonable compared to other places. And yeah, I was happy to rehome it to someone who would love it. So yeah, I did enjoy it for quite some time, and I would totally recommend that bag if you are looking for a low-key kind of hobo bag. But I guess I wanted my Kelly 25 enough that I was willing to sacrifice it. Would I buy that bag again? I actually, now that I've had it and owned it, I don't know if I'd buy it again, because I'd probably just want to buy something else and like try it a different style. But if you are thinking of getting this bag, I would say it's a really comfortable bag to wear. It fits a lot, and it's a very classic design as well that's been out since the 70s. So I would definitely recommend the trim bag if you are looking to get it. But I guess also a part of me with my Hermes bags, I love to like decorate them with bag charms and twillies and stuff. And it's one of those bags that definitely are more practical, but as a shelf piece, maybe it doesn't look as cutesy. So maybe that's why I sold it as well. But in any case, it was a really nice bag. And yeah, I think that's pretty much like all the bags I sold. It was quite a few to fund my Kelly 25. But yeah, I'm very happy I got my Kelly 25 now. And honestly, my shelves look much more neat and clean. A lot of you guys have been saying you like the way I present my bags. Yeah, I get a lot of enjoyment about from like putting my bags on my shelf and putting them in like color order. And now that I have a little less, I do think it looks a little bit more curated. So yeah, I am happy with my current collection. And I think I will be very careful about what else I add in. I'm definitely not going to buy bags that, I'm only going to add bags that are like dream bags from now on. So bags that I really think about for a long time. And, you know, these bags are so expensive. So they're things that I have to, you know, budget for and really delay the purchase and think about for a while before, you know, investing any more money. But I already pretty much have all my dream bags. I have a Birkin 25, I have a Kelly 25. I guess it would be nice to have a mini Kelly, but to be honest, I would probably never really wear it that much. So it's not like a really must have for me. But yeah, I obviously still consider buying more bags in the future, but for now, I'm pretty happy. So anyways, that's all the bags that I sold this year so far. Let me know, guys, have you been decluttering your collection too? If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and please subscribe to my channel, guys, and I'll talk to you really soon.